Hi, and welcome to another video by Jim the Car Guy. Today we have a 2007, it's a Ford Edge. The customer complaint is they're driving the vehicle, and as they're driving along and they hit a bump, the vehicle tends to jump to the one side. They'll drive down the road a little further, hit a bump, and it feels like it jumps to the other side. So it's not really pulling left or right, it randomly pulls either direction depending on the road conditions. They also talk about a rattling noise that they're hearing in the front, that when they're driving on the highway, they feel in the steering wheel like a little bit of a tremor and like a bumping noise. So let me bring you up front. I did look at it. As you can see, the wheels off the truck. I'm going to show you what it is. It's not as bad as the guy thought it was going to be. He anticipated it going to be a really big problem, which it really is not. So let me show you what it is, and I'll show you how I diagnosed it to figure out what it is. It's a very, very easy problem to correct. So let's go up front and I'll show you what it looks like. Right, that is the wheel right there. The problem he has is that as he's driving, if he hits a bump and the wheel is turned slightly to the left, you see that movement? Now that looks like it's really not significant, but that's a lot of movement inside there. When you hit a bump and if this wheel happens to be pushed that direction, the vehicle is going to pull that way. If it happens to be pulled this way here, it's going to pull the other direction. This is the problem right here. This is the tie rod end. See that movement in there? That's what the noise is coming from. As he's driving, he's hearing that thumping noise. So we are going to replace the tie rod ends. I already spoke to the customer, and he does want to replace it. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to take out this little clip right here, which is really not a big deal. You just get in here with a pair of needle nose pliers, and you can pull it. Obviously, I can do it without it, but you'll need a pair of needle nose pliers just to lift this piece, this lock clip up, so you can pull it off of the nut. Not a big deal to take that off. Don't lose it. You may need that. We're going to take this here and we're going to shoot this off with an impact gun. I know I tell you I don't use impact guns. I'll try to do it by hand, but it's just a heck of a lot easier doing it this way. So let me grab my air gun. We're going to shoot this off. We're going to loosen up this nut right here first before we do anything. We're just going to crack that nut loose. We're not going to totally take it off. We're just going to crack it loose. So let me do that. Okay. Now, a lot of times these are fairly tight, but this is probably not, because I can see it's very greasy, so it's probably not that tight. As you can see, it came out pretty easily. I hope you can see okay. All right, so we just cracked that nut loose just to make it so that it turns a little bit. We're going to grab our air gun. That looks like an 18 millimeter, and we're going to shoot that out. Okay, cover your ears. We're going to take this nut off. Okay. Now, there's different ways that you can separate. You know what? Let me set this up here. There's different ways that you can separate this tie rod end right here. Two different ways I'm going to show you. One way you can do it is you get in here with a very large hammer and you hit it right here pretty firmly. You hit this, make sure you hit just this piece right here, right there on the knuckle. You don't want to damage the threads here or damage the backing plate. So you just hit it a couple of times right here and it'll pop out. Or you can use this kit that's actually made by OTC. Let me grab it and I'll show you how that works. Okay, there's a tool like this that you can actually put over the top like this, and you hook it onto the knuckle right here. I'll get it set up and then I'll bring you in so you can see a little closer. I don't know if you can see that okay, but that's basically how the tool connects up to it, just like this. It grips by the bottom right here, and it pushes that shaft down. It'll pop it right out of that of the arm itself. So I am going to use an impact gun again, because it is a little bit easier with the impact gun. So let me hope you can see okay. And you just need to hold these jaws in so it doesn't pop out, and then we just tap it. Obviously you have to go the right direction. And as you can see, it pops it right out without having to break your coconuts. All right, so that's the tool made by OTC. If you want the description of it, I'll put it into the link down below, the part number. And now when you take the tie rod off, even though you're going to be replacing it, we will get the wheel alignment reset in here. The best thing to do is to remember the direction that this is facing, because left and right side are different. All right, and then what you do is you count the rotations when you take it off, and you put it back on the same amount. So you're just going to count as you take it out. All right, so we have 20 revolutions to get this off. So we need to put our replacement on 20 revolutions to put it back on. So let me grab the new part and we're going to continue. Okay, I just want to point this out to you before we get the new piece. This joint in here is where it actually wears out, right inside here. These are sealed from the factory. These are non-greasable. As you can see, that non-greasable, it didn't really work. It actually wore the joint out. So let me get the replacement and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, now that we're back, I just want to point this out to you. Remember I told you that there is a left and a right side, right? This one is the one side, and as you can see, this one here is also a left side. Plus, the better product has the marking on here. This is the left, but the difference being, you can see that that's a mirror image. This is the right side, where this one here is the left side. So it's a mirror image, so make sure you put the right one on the correct side. All right, now as I told you before, the original factory joint does not come with a grease fitting. This one that I use is one of the better products out there. It's made by Moog. I like it because it has a grease fitting and you can grease it, and this will never happen again. All right, so that's why I use the Moog here at the shop. All right, now to put the tie rod on, basically you unscrewed it 20 turns, you're going to screw it back on 20 turns. All right, did you count that? Make sure it was 20? Now, this is not going to be perfect, but it's going to be close enough that we can get it to get it set up for the wheel alignment. Now, you always use the new nut that came with it. Don't use the old nut. And again, you can either shoot it on with air, or you could tighten it on with the regular wrench. With these, I do like to use a wrench, because this way here I can line up where the cotter pin has got to go through. But if you want to use an air gun, you can use an air gun to shoot it down. Just watch you don't over tighten it and damage it. There is torque specs for this. I will look it up later on if you need me to. I don't usually torque it down. All right, we get that until it lines up. We take our cotter pin, put the cotter pin through, and just twist it up and over the top, just like that. And then that's all set. Now, this, we need to retighten this just temporarily. But we are going to do the wheel alignment, so it doesn't have to be really tight. We're just going to snug it down. All right, and that's it. This side is done. All right, so now we are going to duplicate. Okay, that's it. We're all set. We're going to do the exact same procedure on the other side, on the right side. I have that apart already. I'm just going to go over and do that one. We're going to get this back together here. We're going to get the wheel on. We're going to bring it together, the alignment done. And don't forget to grease the new tie rod end that you put in. All right? So any questions or comments, you need to talk to me about anything, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to talk to anybody about anything. As always, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.